Hello, my name is Cedric Najarro, and today I'm here with Rachel Nola, the owner and founder of Coastal Cocoa, a business locally based here in the Ivory Coast. So tell us, Rachel, why did you choose to get into the cocoa business?
Well, it actually started on a vacation. I came here with friends and family to Africa, and we went into a specific village, and we witnessed farmers, local farmers, growing cocoa. And I went down, I started talking to them, and they showed me what they were planting, what they were working with, and how they were making chocolate from the cocoa plant. And I thought this could make a really profitable business. And I mean, who doesn't like chocolate? So we just went from there.
Wow. It's pretty interesting. So why did you choose to come here to the Ivory Coast instead of any of the other African nations? There are plenty of them which are just as arable as we are, but why here?
Well, not only are the people here very tranquil, kind, and peaceful, but they have great work ethic and they're very hard workers. So I thought not only do we have the best land in the business, we have very great land, very arable land, great atmosphere and environment, whether to produce the cocoa plant itself, but we also have amazing people that are willing to help us succeed with the cocoa plant itself.
So besides the cultural aspect, were there any other aspects of the Ivory Coast specifically which helped you choose where to start your business?
Well, we came to the Ivory Coast seeking out what would make us really get our name out there, and we thought the Ivory Coast is a perfect location to export the crop itself. So we supply very popular chocolate producers such as Nestle, Dove Chocolate, and Hershey. Those are just a few, to name a few, you might know of those. So we supply them, so without our cocoa there wouldn't be chocolate, you know?
So it seems as if everything has been going smoothly for you, but were there any rough patches you encountered along as your business started?
Definitely. There has been a couple problems, and some of them pretty big ones that we've had to overcome. One of them, for instance, which is a minor one but still an issue, is language. There is a language barrier because the primary language spoken here in the Ivory Coast is French. So in order to do our marketing and just basic communication with our fellow employees, we've had to hire translators in order to, communicate with people. So communication is always an issue sometimes when you don't speak the same language. So we've overcome that one. Another issue that we've had is taxes. We do have to pay 40% in taxes because we're farmers, we produce a crop. So that was definitely an issue at first for us. And then lastly, a huge issue is black pod disease. And black pod disease is a disease that completely wipes out cocoa. It attacks a cocoa plant and will wipe it out, and we won't be able to produce it if that does happen.
So how exactly were you able to overcome the issues having to do with taxes?
The tax issue, it was pretty easy to overcome because chocolate is in such high demand. We produce it at such a rapid rate that we ended up making more money than need be in order to, we paid off the 40% tax quite easily, but I mean, it is still a burden. We do have to deal with it, but it's easily overcome.
And how are you planning on solving this issue with the black pod disease?
Well, we're working with our sistering companies. They are helping us create a strain of a crop of the cocoa that is resistant to black pod disease and other diseases that could kill the crop. So we're working hand in hand with those companies to help us produce that, and also help us produce a pesticide that is not negatively affecting the crop and the environment around it, but something that specifically attacks the disease itself and doesn't have any harmful effects to the cocoa.
So it sounds like a lot of the effort you're making in your business also benefits the local community. Do you think this is a true statement?
Yes, it really is, because the people that work with us, they're very important to us, and without them we wouldn't be able to be where we are today. I mean, this is a huge factory. We have 100 employees at least working for us, probably more. So we want to make sure they're happy because they're what we have. So we provide them with maternity leave. Men and women both get equal pay, and we also give them 2 weeks of paid vacation per year because we want them to know where they stand, their importance to us. We're all on the same level here, so we just want to make sure that they, respect us as we respect them.
Well, it seems as if you brought a lot of innovation in business into the Ivory Coast.
We have, we respect the people, we respect the land, we want to keep it alive, and we want to keep the tradition going of being a peaceful and tranquil environment.
So, what would you say you want your lasting legacy to be on this community here in the Ivory Coast?
Well, actually, surprise, surprise, we are coming out with our own chocolate bar itself. Coastal Cocoa is going to have its own chocolate bar, and we're going to open up smaller businesses locally to produce and sell our chocolate. So that's going to be a surprise coming in soon. And we also want to be known as the business that helps keep the land and the people nourished and flourishing. So that's another thing that we want to be known as.
Okay, so thank you for your time, Rachel. And
no problem.
Here we are signing off.